This video is designed to help you start a preschool business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a preschool business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful preschool business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. It doesn't matter if you are looking to start within your home or in a large location, a business plan can seem like a complicated task, but it is achievable if you approach it in sections. Setting up your business will be a whole new ballgame. A business plan will help you explore and examine the key questions you need to answer before starting your business. This is the stage where you should consider all angles from licensing requirements, your mission, accreditation, and much more. Budgeting. Setting up a budget, and making it really is very important. Take some time to work through the numbers, and build out a budget plan. There are many factors that will affect how much it will cost to open a preschool. Check into any startup grants or financial support that is funded through your state or province, to help start you off on the right foot. Licensing requirements. This process varies depending on your state and province. Make sure you take a detailed approach to read everything involved in getting licensed and accredited. You want to ensure you provide the proper paperwork, meet all deadlines, and have time to get these records in place before you open your doors. Finding a location. If you are planning on using your home, this part is easy. If you're planning on purchasing property, or applying for a loan, your business plan should contain all the information you need. If you are looking for a space to lease or rent, ensure that you know what you can afford on a monthly basis, and be mindful of the rate at which your rent may increase. Be sure to consider places such as churches, community centers, and schools, as many of these places will have rooms available with affordable rent. Obtaining insurance. All preschool locations need insurance, in order to limit risk and give parents, educators, and owners peace of mind. Insurance policies typically include liability coverage, property, workers' compensation, and business insurance. Check with your local licensing authority to ensure you are getting the correct insurance to cover you throughout all circumstances. Marketing. Marketing your preschool may be just as important as the cost, and why many preschool programs never make it off the ground, due to lack of enrollment. Marketing that you have open spaces is very important, so make sure to do a little homework about your area. You want to include demographics, influences, challenges, competition, what type of families you want to attract. Be sure you create an online presence, with a strong website as well, to help get involved in the community and see the needs of the families. Ordering furniture and supplies. Ensure you order all necessary furniture and classroom supplies, to ensure that children are comfortable and in an engaging learning environment, from day one. Building your team. Hiring and retention are some of the biggest challenges in any industry, but they're especially difficult for preschools. Despite the importance and intensity of their work, early childhood educators are typically underpaid and unappreciated. Keep this top of mind both when you're hiring, and when you're considering retention risks. Workplace culture and childcare is a hot topic right now, and the interview stage is a great opportunity to set the expectations for a working relationship that is mutually beneficial for you and your team. Once you have your team in place, ensure you do not take them for granted. Always show appreciation and provide opportunities for growth, to attempt to ensure that they will stay with you long term. Difference between a preschool and a daycare. A preschool center only offers care to preschool-aged children, generally between 3 and 5 years old. Generally has a smaller amount of classrooms. Can hire educators that specialize in preschool lesson plans and curriculum. Often has different licensing and accreditation policies than a daycare. May often offer half-day programming, such as morning and afternoon preschool options. Hours of operation may be limited, similar to a school system. A daycare center offers childcare for those younger than 3 years old, toddlers, infants, or both. Generally has a large number of classrooms. Has a large and diverse team of educators, specializing in different age groups. Often has different licensing and accreditation policies than a preschool. Hours of operation generally cover the full workday for caregivers. The next part of the video is not specific to a preschool business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the preschool business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful preschool business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, Unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business, must be divided into two parts: immediate costs and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a preschool business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free Preschool Laboratory Business Plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.